From Southern Colorado's high-definition news leader, this is News Channel 13, where the news comes first.
Several families are without a home tonight after an apartment fire. We talked with a witness who was there to help. Plus, a weather warm-up, crews battle yet another grass fire in southern Colorado.
And I'm tracking a new winter storm moving in. I've got the latest on how this could affect your Thanksgiving travel plans coming up.
Good evening and thanks for joining us for KRDO News Channel 13 at 10 o'clock. I'm Emily Allen. First tonight, firefighters continue to monitor for hot spots at a Colorado Springs apartment complex. And residents forced out by those flames are trying to figure out what's next. The fire started at the Broadmoor Park Tower near 8th Street and Cheyenne Boulevard. Firefighters say the fire blew up on the 5th floor. They helped evacuate residents living on the 5th and 6th floor, and neighbors did what they could to help.
The next thing we knew, we kicked in the door and smoke blew out everywhere, and there's just flames everywhere. And while my buddies were trying to make sure everyone was okay, I decided to run down and knock on all the doors of all the apartments and pull everybody out and let them know that there was a fire in the building. And I came outside and you could see the flames billowing out the window and everything. It was bad.
Firefighters say one person was treated for smoke inhalation at the scene. No one was taken to a hospital. Firefighters are looking into what started it. And in Pueblo, firefighters quickly tackled a grass fire near Lake Maniqua that's south of downtown. Here is video that Annabelle Histis sent us from her drone. Firefighters say it burned several acres before they got it under control.
We hit it pretty quick. We got a fire line relatively fast. We had some other people come in. West Park helped us out. We had 3 engine companies and 2 brush trucks come with us, as well as our fire chief. So we got it knocked down relatively fast.
Firefighters are looking into what started the blaze. Now, as you saw from that fire, it was dry out there today, but a storm is coming. Let's send things over to Storm Tracker 13's Mike Everett. And Mike, it sounds like this storm is actually coming at a good time.
It is indeed, Emily. On a couple of fronts, we've got this storm moving in just in time for the Thanksgiving weekend. And again, a lot of resorts have been really struggling to get open. This is their big weekend to do that. Looks like they're going to get a couple shots in the arm here. Let's start you off tonight with a live look from our exclusive Viera wireless camera. Looking beautiful over the Steel City right now. We're seeing a lot of that cloud cover filling in, but a lot of folks got a chance to enjoy a really nice day today. Terry sending this in from the St. Francis area up today in Woodman. I saw this guy a couple days ago. Really impressive antlers going on right there. He's been out rubbing that. Woodman, we've also got this beautiful sunset that we saw earlier tonight. Thanks a lot, Terry, for sending those in. And by the way, feel free to send in your photos anytime. Send them to WX Mike Everett, WX Mike Everett at Twitter, or just send me a good old-fashioned email. We'll do our best to put them on TV. As we're looking into our day, we saw actually warming into the 70s. Like Emily said, we saw some nice warm conditions out there, but we are tracking some changes, including some rain and snow moving in. I've got the latest on how that could affect your travel plans coming up. Emily, back to you.
Thanks, Mike. We're learning more about a body found in the Arkansas River in La Junta. The Otero County Sheriff's Office first received a call from a resident. The body was found near La Junta at the Colorado State Highway 109 and Highway 50. We don't know the identity of the person found. An autopsy is expected soon. Colorado Springs police are looking for a man suspected of pulling a gun at a party. It happened at a motel in the 1000 block of Kelly Johnson Boulevard. Officials say management complained about an underage party being too loud and asked them to leave. One of the people in the room then pulled out a black semi-automatic handgun and demanded everyone give him marijuana. The man ran away and police are still looking for him. In San Antonio, a manhunt is underway for a man suspected of shooting and killing a police officer. Today, Detective Benjamin Marconi was killed in broad daylight outside of police headquarters. Officer Marconi pulled over a vehicle and was writing a traffic ticket. Officials say an unknown suspect parked his vehicle behind the officers and approached him. The suspect fired a gunshot toward Marconi and hit him in the head. Medics could not save the officer's life.
This type of senseless violence is unacceptable.
We consider this suspect to be extremely dangerous and a clear threat to law enforcement officers and the public.
Police released a surveillance photo of the suspect's car. So far, there is no motive known in the officer's killing. In Denver, more than 450 people participated in the city's first Officer Down 5K. The event celebrates officers who put their lives on the line every day and honors those men and women who have died in the line of duty. Founder TJ Burke started the run in 2011. He started his career in law enforcement in 2009. The event went national last year and has been hosted in 25 other states.
This is not a memorial event. This is a day where we're just coming together, celebrating, supporting those in blue. So everyone's having a good time, and it's a good day.
Organizers teamed up with Colorado State FOP and the Colorado Police Officers Foundation. Money raised will be split between the 5K and its partners. According to the Officer Down Memorial page, 125 Colorado officers were killed in the line of duty this year. In 2015, the number of fallen officers was 130. We have a time-saver traffic alert for you tonight. You can expect delays on Cimarron Street through the morning. The northbound I-25 off-ramp is closed for dirt work until 5 a.m. Lane restrictions are also on Cimarron on the on-ramp. Work will continue through Tuesday. Increased Thanksgiving holiday DUI enforcement is underway in Colorado. It will run through next Monday. CDOT reminds drivers that they can gauge their blood alcohol content through the Are You Buzzed app. It also connects you to Uber and Lyft. Last Thanksgiving, police arrested 283 people for driving impaired. Dozens of Fort Carson soldiers are spending time at home, finally being reunited just in time for Thanksgiving. The 2nd Infantry Brigade Combat Team, 4th Infantry Division returned from Afghanistan yesterday, and they returned from Afghanistan today, and it was a very emotional homecoming after months of anticipation. KRDO News Channel 13's Michaela White was there, and she shows us that they are thankful to be back at the post.
For these soldiers and their loved ones, the past several months have been a waiting game. Long days and nights wanting to be together again.
Of course, any time without your husband or your spouse is going to be really long.
As a soldier's wife, Jacqueline Certeza knows all about deployments, and this time around was different.
This was our first time without our husband when it's just me and Rye.
Jacqueline and her 1-year-old Rye have kept up with their soldier via phone, but it hasn't been quite the same.
But we've been keeping in touch with FaceTime. I'm so happy that they're able to use so much Wi-Fi nowadays. So we've been talking. He's been seeing his daddy.
But finally seeing his daddy in person after 10 months.
Boy.
Truly priceless.
It's an amazing feeling coming back, especially coming back from somewhere that you're not used to, and then coming back to familiar faces. I'm just looking forward to spending time with my family. That's it. That's all I'm looking forward to.
Something all of these soldiers can do after waiting so long.
I'm grateful to God that they're coming home today, all of them coming home today to see their families.
At Fort Carson, Michaela White, KRDO News Channel 13.
These families tell us they are most looking forward to family time. A Colorado Springs nonprofit hopes to help Fort Carson soldiers this holiday season. Citizen Soldier Connection asked the community to free up a seat at their dinner table for Thanksgiving so a soldier can enjoy a little taste of home. If you would like to welcome a Fort Carson soldier into your home, we have posted information. Head over to our website, krdo.com.
Parts of Southern California and Arizona getting a very welcome drink of water. Already starting to see some of that move into the Centennial State. I'll tell you how that will affect your Thanksgiving travel plans coming up.
Amid tragedy, a family is happy to have a newborn back home after a kidnapping. We'll explain what happened to her mother. Plus, find out why Donald Trump is demanding an apology from a Broadway musical. newborn is home safe in Kansas after she went missing when her mother was found murdered. On Thursday, the baby's 27-year-old mom was found dead inside her apartment. Search and rescue spent 2 days searching for the 6-week-old girl. The infant was found in Texas, and 2 people are now in custody. Investigators say the suspects are known to the baby's family. Investigators do not know the motives behind the kidnapping and the murder. A judge is denying bail for 2 teenagers suspected of in the shooting death of Chicago Congressman's grandson. 15-year-old Javon Wilson was shot Friday after an argument about basketball shoes. Representative Danny Davis says the death of his grandson shows total disregard for human life. A 16-year-old and a 17-year-old are charged with first-degree murder. And in North Dakota, a tense standoff is underway between police and protesters against the Dakota Access Pipeline. It's happening north of the protesters' camp in Morton County, North Dakota. That's where protesters have been trying to stop the construction of a pipeline for months, saying the project will hurt the environment and destroy some historic Native American sites. Right now, police are trying to block protesters from crossing a bridge in the area. We are getting reports that police are spraying protesters with water cannons in 26-degree temperatures. At least 1 person is arrested. It has been a busy week for President-elect Donald Trump, full of meetings for his potential cabinet. Meanwhile, there is an ongoing Twitter feud with the Broadway musical Hamilton.
We truly hope that this show has inspired you to uphold our American values and to work on behalf of all of us.
Donald Trump asked the actors and producers to apologize for addressing Vice President-elect Mike Pence after Friday night's show. But Pence says he wasn't offended by what was said. In other news, there's speculation about Trump's possible picks for his cabinet.
The only fair thing to do is ask a lot of questions, very thorough questions, and then make an opinion.
The future First Lady says she won't move into the White House right away. The New York Post says Melania and Barron Trump will stay in New York until the end of the school year. Melania says she'll fly to the White House as needed. President Obama concluded his final trip abroad speaking at the APEC summit in Lima, Peru. He advised the world to take a wait-and-see approach for President-elect Donald Trump. The president also talked about his plans once he leaves the White House.
My intention is to certainly, for the next 2 months, just finish my job, and then after that, to take Michelle on vacation, get some rest, spend time with my girls, and do some writing, do some thinking.
President Obama says he can't guarantee that Donald Trump won't pursue some of the positions he's taken on the campaign trail. He stressed the importance of the U.S. influence in the world, saying no other country is able to fill the void. German Chancellor Angela Merkel says she'll seek a 4th term next year. General elections are expected to happen next year. She's been in office since 2005 and made history as the first woman leader. If she wins next year and serves the entire 4-year term, she will match her one-time mentor of 16 years in office.
Fairly mellow wind-wise out there right now, but I am expecting those winds to pick up on Monday in advance of that storm system that's moving in. I've got all the latest on it, including the timing, coming up in my full forecast. Stay tuned. Start you off with one of our Neighborhood Weather Network cameras in Telluride. The southwestern mountains seeing some snow falling already. And again, a very welcome sight as we go into this holiday weekend. A lot of them have been struggling to open, and we are starting to see some very good signs that it's going to be a successful opening. But you wouldn't have known that to look outside today. We were warm. 70 in the Springs today, well above average, but just below records. Happy not to be setting any more of those. 77 today in Pueblo. Again, 1 degree shy of the record, and well, a good 20 degrees above normal today. As we look outside right now, we're seeing 40 in the Springs, 48 in Pueblo, seeing some 30s finally in the high country, 51 Salida, seeing 40s and 50s out towards the plains, 52 in La Junta right now, 54 for you in Trinidad. But our big story is this next weather maker moving in. Again, Southern California getting some very welcome rain in there. This is a very generous storm. It's pretty much covering everybody up and down the west coast, but we're watching this particular batch of moisture moving up through Arizona and New Mexico right now. And again, you can already see it's making its way into the southwestern portion of the state. Zooming that in there, you can see how robust and widespread this is, and some of that snow starting up right about there. Durango will do well. Wolf Creek will do well from this first round of winter weather. There are winter storm warnings and advisories in effect pretty much all the way across the western half of the state and even down towards the south as well. And if you look really, really close, there's actually a winter weather advisory also in effect at Pikes Peak. Could pick up about 8 to 14 inches of snow. Putting SkyCast into motion here, it looks like most of that will be confined to the southwest and some of the mountains along the divide. We're going to see some slight snow. This will be very similar to the last system that we saw on Tuesday morning, really early Tuesday morning. So that Tuesday commute will be an issue along the Palmer Divide and in Teller County as well. I see about 2 to 4 inches moving in there. This will also bring some very welcome rain, especially out towards the plains. I'm not expecting some big rain here, but again, places that have been dry for a long, long time will see some showers fall. Putting SkyCast into motion, this is midnight tonight. We see that cloud cover really start to build in, and again, that snow down towards the southwest. As we go into the early morning hours for your Monday morning commute, I'm not seeing any issues except way down towards the south here, but for the most part, just a cloudy start to the week. We will see some light shower activity move through the eastern portion of the state. By about 3 o'clock, we will see some light clearing. There will be some snow falling along the San Juans in the afternoon as well. Some of that could be heavy at times. 30-mile-an-hour southwest winds on top of that. That will make travel treacherous. Going into Tuesday, this is what I'm projecting for the Tuesday morning commute. A batch of energy coming down from the north here. This will make the Tuesday morning commute very difficult for people going between the Springs and Denver. So if you can avoid that, please do, especially if you have Thanksgiving travel plans. This one will be very similar to the last system, and it will clear out very quickly. By Tuesday night, I'm expecting skies to be clear again. Overnight lows tonight will be fairly mild with that cloud cover. Look for lots and lots of mid to upper 30s, even some 40s from Canyon City through Trinidad. 35 tonight in Salida and Leadville and Gunnison. You get to stay in the mid-20s. 61 tonight, you're going to see a 61. On Monday, you'll see 61 for your high. 10% chance of showers there again starting late. It's Tuesday that I'm expecting to be the very active day. And again, the Tuesday morning commute will be a busy one between Colorado Springs and Denver. Temperatures will stay low into Wednesday, but good news for your Thanksgiving travel plans. Emily, ridge of high pressure builds in. Even though it's not going to warm up a whole lot, it will stay dry for the most part. Travelers along I-70, though, heading up to the resorts, there's going to be another batch of snow coming in Thursday into Friday and another round coming in Saturday into Sunday. So travel will be a mess, but a lot of people will be very happy up in the high country. 67 for you on Monday in Pueblo, 40% chance of showers for you, and then it's going to get cold after that. 64 in Fremont County, 10% chance of showers late. Again, most of the activity on Tuesday, then tapering off to the 50s during the day, 20s and 30s overnight. And then finally in Teller County, 10% chance of showers for you late on Monday. 33 will be your high, and then you're going to have another one of those nights where you dip down into the teens Tuesday into Wednesday, and you're going to stay seasonably cool, and again, looking good for Thanksgiving travel plans. So again, the best of both worlds here. Very welcome moisture moving in, but it doesn't look like it will directly affect a lot of people's Thanksgiving travel plans.
Do you think that Tuesday morning's commute will be as bad as what we saw Thursday night?
It could be very similar. The big difference here is the last storm we had came in wet and then froze, and the snow came on top of it. This one will come in overnight, so I'm expecting about the same amount of snow, about 2 to 4 inches, especially along the Palmer Divide, but I don't expect it to be as as icy as the last one, but still, it's going to be a mess on Tuesday morning. Avoid that if you can.
Well, we know you'll stay on top of it.
You bet we will.
Thanks, Mike.
Sure.
Coming up on KRDO News Channel 13, a popular brand of hummus won't be available in stores for a while. The reports on a possible contamination. Plus, a holiday gift turned into a nightmare for one family. We'll show you the item that caught fire in the back of their truck. Tuesday was a big day in football, but not for the Broncos. Would that be? We have a Target 13 alert tonight. A brand of hummus won't be on the table this Thanksgiving. Sabra Dipping Company has issued a voluntary recall because of possible listeria contamination. If you bought products before November 8th, the FDA recommends you throw them away. The recall applies to all containers with the best before date through January 23rd, 2017. There have been no reports of sicknesses. A line of Tonka toy trucks are being pulled from shelves after a fire hazard. The Hardin family from Washington was driving home with one of the trucks in the back of their vehicle. Suddenly, the truck burst into flames, causing the family's pickup to catch on fire.
The officer, when he looked on, he said the flames appeared to be, 15, 20 feet high. Yeah, it was pretty shocking.
A Toys R Us spokesperson says it's working with the manufacturer to investigate the cause. Other retailers like Sears are also taking the item off shelves temporarily. Now turning to sports, Nick, the Broncos didn't play today, but it was still a good weekend for them.
Yeah, they didn't lose, so that's good. And they got a little help from one of their AFC West rivals. We'll show you those highlights in a second. Plus, it is Sunday night, so you know what that means. It's our top prep plays of the week. Stick with us. Welcome back. The Broncos get the week off, so we start tonight with a little ICYMI. Emily, that stands for In Case You Missed It. The Air Force football team won in dramatic fashion last night over San Jose State. Arian Worthman hit Jalen Robinette with about 30 seconds left in the game to give the Fly Guys a 3-point lead. Then Weston Steelhammer sealed the victory with an interception. Here's how he experienced those final moments.
We knew they had to get down the field there, get in field goal range, try to send the game to overtime. He did a great job looking me off there in the middle third. Jacob did a great job getting his, his big paw on the ball. I just found myself in the right place, right time.
Air Force basketball in action today against Florida A&M. Jake Van led the way for the Falcons with 17 points and 7 boards. Zach Coker also chipped in 13 points, including 3 triples. And the Fly Guys roll the Rattlers, 87-62. To the NFL we go now. Kansas City was looking to extend their 5-game winning streak against the Buccaneers. Chiefs have been very good in close games this year, and they'd find themselves in another one today. Fourth quarter, Jameis Winston finds Alan Cross. Crisscross applesauce, that's a touchdown. First of his career, Bucks up 19-10. Chiefs down to their last gasp. No dice. The Broncos gain ground on KC without playing a game, and the Chiefs get to come to Denver next Sunday night. Sunday Night Football, Packers in our nation's capital taking on Washington. First half, Aaron Rodgers, he's still really good. Fires a dart to Jordy Nelson. Now, I'm not sure this was a catch. Take another look. The officials would review it. The call would eventually stand. That's Josh Norman poking the ball out, so it is a touchdown. Wouldn't really matter, however. Fat Rob Kelly. Yeah, he calls himself Fat Rob. 137 yards and 3 touchdowns for Kelly. Washington wins big, 42-24. We're getting close to the end of the high school football season, which means now more than ever, those top plays are at a premium. Let's count down the top 5. Number 5, Pine Creek made the long trip up to Greeley, and they brought their special teams with them. Colin Willis blocks the field goal. Eagles defense was also really good in this one. Pine Creek is on to the 4A semis. They'll play Chatfield. Lewis Palmer hosting Silver Creek for number 4. Kevin Timms off play action. Looking for Alex Bailey. Holy guacamole, what a catch. Slow it down for you here. Take another look. Timms and Bailey, well, they had it going on Friday night, but it wasn't quite enough to beat the Raptors. Silver Creek wins 28-27. Number 3 comes courtesy of the defending 3A champs Pueblo East and Bryson Torres. Torres, power and balance. It's like trying to tackle a big rig. Torres scores 3 rushing touchdowns on the night. East is on to the 3A semifinals with a 41-20 win over Holy Family. Discovery Canyon on the road at Fort Morgan for number 2, Tyler McFarland. Off the play action, Mustangs weren't ready for this. Josh Chomjack is running wild all the way into the end zone for a touchdown. Air Thunder on full display Saturday afternoon. DC is on to the 3A semis. They'll host Silver Creek. And number 1, the La Junta Tigers down 13-0 in the fourth quarter, storm all the way back to tie the game. They would go for 2, and on a broken play, Appello Furtado Tom to Kian Dureza. Absolute madness in Otero County. The wild comeback propels the Tigers into the 2A title game. They'll host Denver next Saturday. Woo! That was a lot of fun.
That was a lot of fun. Well, thanks so much, Nick. We'll be right back.
I hit you with a lot of information, so I just want to reiterate, Monday morning will be fine as we put SkyCast into motion here. You will see a lot of cloud cover and down towards the southwest. Wowee. Again, a lot of snow moving in there, 8 to 14 inches for some of the higher peaks there. It's Tuesday morning that we're looking at, so it'll clear out briefly on Monday, but it's that Tuesday morning commute. This is 6 o'clock in the morning, and again, along the Palmer Divide, I'm expecting something very similar to what we saw last time, about 2 to 4 inches, and that will also carry over into Teller County as well. Then as we go through the day, we will start to see that move out to the east here, but again, looking good for Thanksgiving.
Good news for everyone who wants to go ski. So
can't wait.
Thanks for watching. Join us back here tomorrow morning.